So DealerTrack must have watched our last video. Stick around, we'll show you what they did. Hi everybody, thanks for joining us. We're the DCSI Parts Guys. We're presented by Dealership CSI. We're powered by ESPM. And today, we're not in Pewaukee. I'm Rick, there's Jer. How you doing, Jer?
I'm doing pretty good, Rick. Welcome to the island of Oahu.
Island of Oahu. What are we doing over here, Jer? This is a long way from Pewaukee.
Well, Rick, it's just business as usual. Got some clients over here and making some dealer visits and cranking out a DCSI Parts Guy video for you guys.
Well, we should be out drinking Mai Tais and watching hula girls, but Jerry said, no.
Wait, that's next, Rick.
We got business to tend to here. So we're at our far western office of Dealership CSI, and like Jerry said, we do a lot of business out here and have some great clients over here. So we get over here quite a bit and figured we might as well drag our stuff over here and shoot a video where we're both in the same room. First time that's ever happened. And so today we're going to talk a little bit about an update to our last video that we showed on the wholesale reporting and how you can put together a wholesale report and see what kind of margins, see what kind of returns, and figure out are you really making any money in wholesale. And one of the examples we showed DealerTrack as the old version where you have to manually pull numbers and put together on a spreadsheet and you get a report, but it's quite a bit of work. DealerTrack must have been tuned in, and they have come up with quite an enhancement, and oddly enough, they brought it to us on election day. Tuesday, November 8th, I got this, or actually on the 7th, I got notification that there's going to be an upgrade on the 16.4 release. And you want to make sure your dealership has upgraded to that because the most important upgrade they included there was the ability to build custom reports within your wholesale analysis and give you trends for your wholesale customers. So Jer, when we were talking about it, we showed an example from ADP, we showed an example from Reynolds, and we showed this great report that Jack's able to build for us with that data. And all of a sudden now we're able to add that same functionality to a DealerTrack report. So let me show you a few of the things that they've done and see what that's going to do for you. So you go into DealerTrack, go to your main screen. Now again, this is 2.0, so you have to be on the 2.0 with the tiles and in order to get that 16.4 update. But I think a lot of you are going that way. If you're not, when you get there, this is going to be worth the price of admission. So you want to go to number 22, your wholesale analysis, and once you get in there, you're going to have some options. Now we've already set up our DCSI wholesale report, so it's one of the choices, but in the absence of that, you just have your default wholesale report. You can either open it or change it. You've got some options over here like usual. But here's the beauty right here. You have an opportunity to select date ranges, and you can select a month, you can select 3 months. We've got it set for the entire year, coming from November 2015 to October 2016, and you've got choices you can make in each one of these drop downs. So we set it up to see sales, gross profit percentage, core returns, and I'll show you where this comes into play. This is an awesome feature. Total invoice count, if you want to follow invoice count and see how that's going. Total returns, gross profit percentage, and your total sales for the year. We put all this together, and here's that great report that Jack builds for us. But this is a little bit different than the ones we get out of Reynolds and CDK in that on the return section, I can show cores separate. So what's the big deal with that, Jer?
Well, that's one of the problems that we have with the CDK report and the Reynolds report is all the returns lump in any core returns. Well, I don't really want to criticize any customer for returning cores. That's part of the nature of the business, and that's going to be acceptable. It's the returns on parts that we special ordered and returns on body parts and things like that that I worry more about than the returning of cores. So with this setup here that you're showing us in DealerTrack, it looks like we can exclude those core returns and come to a realistic return percentage of what they're actually returning against their purchases.
And that's the beauty of this. So our first wholesale customer here, 60,000 in sales, 11,000 in gross. So their gross profit 19%, nothing to write home about. Their core returns were $3,800 out of total returns $8,200. So their non-core returns, and Jack does the calculation over here, 7.3%. So even with cores in there, it's still way too high. If I'm in a 4 or 5% return situation, that's going to be a problem. This next customer here, $48,000, 20% gross profit, 2,100 in core returns and 2,200 total returns. So boil it down, he's only at 0.3. So I'm not even going to go after the details on that one because I know that guy's more than likely a mechanical shop, bought a transmission, engine, starters, whatever with cores, and those show up as a return, and those returns aren't going to give me any heartburn. So we appreciate that DealerTrack listened to our last video, and man, they made some quick action on this baby.
I didn't realize that they were on the mailing list for the video releases on the DCSI Parts Guys, but I guess they must be, huh?
Well, they actually are, Jer. I've got a couple guys there that I send the videos to, and apparently it made its mark, went all the way up. They stopped the world and said, we got to fix this. So thanks to them, and if you're on DealerTrack, make sure you get this latest update, and then if you have any questions about how you're going to build these reports, get a hold of your DCSI consultant. If not, how do they get a hold of us, Jer?
The DCSI Parts Guys at gmail.com will work great.
Yep, don't be afraid to send an email and say, can you give me a hand setting this up? And we'll be more than happy to jump in and do it. And again, thank you for DealerTrack's quick response, and we're ready for more action in Hawaii. So till then, let's go make some money.
Aloha.